Hi there, this is the Argentinian Trajedy from the famous game Efim Geller against Argentine champion Oscar Panno in 1955 in an explosive line of the Sicilian Najdorf. e4 and c5 the Sicilian knight, f3 d6, d4 c takes on d4 and knight takes on d4. After knight f6, white defends with knight c3, and black enters into the Najdorf variation with a6. The old mainline bishop g5 is met by e6, and white continues with f4. Black could continue with queen b6, but here we're looking at the bishop e7 line. The white queen comes out to f3, and after h6, hitting at the bishop, which drops back to h5, an interesting position where black can continue with moves like knight bd7, even knight c6, queen c7 or queen a5. But this is a popular, fashionable, modern move, g5. For the uninitiated, it might look as if black is immediately surrendering a pawn, since after f takes on g5, if h takes g5, then bishop takes. But black has another interesting idea, dropping the knight back to d7, ensuring that the pawn on g5 is now pinned, and it looks as if black is going to get it back, because if g takes on h6, bishop takes on h4. However, white does have another offensive resource with a piece sacrifice on e6. After knight takes on e6 and f takes on e6, the h5 e8 diagonal has been opened up excuse me, for the queen. So queen h5 is check, and after king f8, white would love to get the rook into play, the rook on h1 to the f1 square. That looks devastating, it looks decisive. So we vacate a square by bishop b5. Obviously the bishop can't be captured, a takes on b5 because rook f1 is clearly winning. Well, black could defend and should defend with rook h7, helping to defend the important f7 square. If instead the f7 square is defended with knight to e5, then white first of all drops the bishop back to g3. The bishop wasn't doing much on h4, now it's perhaps threatening to capture on e5. And again, black should defend with rook h7, but if instead black goes for this natural looking move, bishop takes on g5, then it's actually game over. Here white is clearly winning, as the rook's going to come to f1 via short castles. Check. After king e7, now the queen would love to get into f7, but the knight is defending it, so removing the guard with bishop takes on e5. Black throws in a check first, queen b6 check, which vacates the d8 square amongst other things. The king's going to move out of trouble, king into the corner to h1, and after black recaptures on e5, queen f7 is check. The king can go to d8 or to d6, but it looks as if this rook on a1 is going to come into the game, and that's going to be mate. After king d6, rook a d1 and queen d4, there was nothing else. If king c5, then so many winning lines here. I won't go into them all, but I just look at, see knight a5 is already forking, and that's going to be winning clearly. So after check and black gives up the queen with queen d4, then rook takes d4, e takes d4, and again many winning lines here, I'm sure. e5 is one of them, king c5, queen c7, the knight's going to interpose knight c6, and that can be chopped off the board. Bishop takes c6, b takes c6, and here we have, I think, a mate in 2, queen a5 check, and it's king c4 and b3 is checkmate. I'm not sure exactly if this is how the game Geller against Oscar Panno actually finished. I'm sure it didn't, but it followed the main sequence of moves that we've just seen. So this has been the Argentinian Trajedy from the famous game Geller against Oscar Panno in the Sicilian Najdorf. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.